Welcome everyone to my Chinese cooking collective. Today we are going to make the Hong Kong lemongrass pork. I'm Kenneth Tam. I've been in the US for about 7 years. I still remember how I struggled to find legit Asian food in my area when I first arrived in the country. After all those years, I finally decided to start this channel to show you how simple it is to cook real Chinese food. So if you are curious about authentic Chinese recipes and want to try the taste of local people, click the subscribe button below. Also check my other videos for fresh and rarely seen recipes. I'll be uploading regularly. Pork chop is not a common ingredient in Chinese cuisine. The lemongrass pork chop is originally a classic Vietnamese dish. In the last century, due to the mass outbreaks of wars, many Vietnamese fled to Hong Kong, where it was still a British colony, as refugees. They brought together with them their local cuisine. One of them was the lemongrass pork chop. The Hong Kong people accept this foreign taste profile and merged them together with the local cooking techniques. Today, the Hong Kong-style lemongrass pork is considered more on the Chinese side rather than the Vietnamese side. This dish requires Chinese cooking foundation, but with a touch of Vietnamese flavor. I'm going to do the pan-fried version today, but you can deep fry them for crispier results. Let's look at the ingredients. We have some pork chop, a sprig of lemongrass, some shallots and garlic cloves. We also need some sauces, but I'll talk about that later. You can also find the ingredient in the description box below. First, let's prep the herbs. After rinsing, remove the outermost layer of the lemongrass. Cut away the top part as it's rather hard and it doesn't give out as much fragrance as the lower part. Smack the lower part with the back of the knife to break it apart. This helps the lemongrass release its fragrance. Then finely chop them and set them aside. Peel the shallot and garlic cloves and finely chop them. Then set them aside again. Now you should have something like this. Next, we will prepare the meat. Like I said before, pork chop is not a common ingredient in Chinese cuisine. It is too big for a chopstick to hold. So, for this Hong Kong style pork chop, we want to cut them into about 2 inches long. Smack the meat with the back of your knife again. This step is to loosen up the muscle fiber, aka to tenderize the meat. It is like doing a massage on the meat, so the meat will not be tough after cooked. It is also fine not to cut the pork chop if you want to have it as a whole. But look here, this white ribbon on the side is the silver skin. It will contract a lot after cooking and will tighten up your meat. So give it 2 to 3 chops, just to break this tough tissue so they will not pull the meat fiber together tightly. But anyway, I'll cut the pork chop today into smaller pieces. Next, we are going to marinate our pork. Add 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, half tablespoon of sugar, 1.5 tablespoon of tapioca starch or cornstarch, and 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. Mix well with your hand. Then add in the herbs and continue mixing until everything's combined. It is very important to feel your food with your hands during this mixing process. One reason is that you can feel whether the ingredient is too dry or not, so you can add water accordingly to increase the moisture of the meat. Another reason is that the squeezing process can force the marinade into the meat. Again, it is almost like a massage. Next, we need to add a splash of egg into the meat. Eggs, especially the yolk, is a good medium to bring the meat and the sauce together. In restaurants, eggs are widely used in marinating different kinds of meat, including seafood. It also helps smoothen the texture of the meat a bit. When everything is well combined, we will let the pork marinate overnight in the fridge. I got a few plastic bowls from the food deliveries, so I decided to reuse them as a container for raw meat, just to be more environmentally friendly. The next day, take the meat out of the fridge and let it rest to room temperature. It should look like this. And now it is ready for pan frying. Heat your wok or frying pan to piping hot, then add oil. Put your pork chop in and pan fry until golden brown on both sides. The pork chop I have got is about 1/4 inch thick, so pan frying for about 1.5 minutes on both sides will be fine. And now, your Hong Kong style lemongrass pork is done. Here is a technical summary. First, you might want to tenderize your pork chop with the back of the knife. If you're not cutting the pork chop into smaller pieces, you need to break the silver skin that ribboned around the meat. Add a splash of egg into your marinade. And the last, make sure you use your hands to mix the meat and the marinade. Don't be afraid of dirty. You can always wash your hands very thoroughly afterwards. Hope you enjoy the pork chop. If you have any questions and thoughts, comment below and let me know. Hope to see you next time.